Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Richard.
I'm Emily.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I love your place here.
Thank you so much.
Great.
So this is a newly renovated place. We bought it a couple years ago.
Great.
And I love the place, but
You sure
they did. Yeah, they did miss something when they renovated it.
What'd they miss?
A garbage disposal.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, you got stone counters, a beautiful island, all kinds of great appliances, and they didn't put the disposer in.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad I came by. All right, well, let's see what you got under here. Well, they certainly left room for it. It's wide open. Nice and clean, too.
Definitely.
So we can modify the plumbing for the disposer. That's going to be fine. And I see they've got electrical roughed in. There's a box right there. A lot of times the biggest part of this job is actually the electrical, where you call an electrician in to either add a switch up here or a switch right here that you can reach for. Okay. But I actually have a thing called an air switch that I want to get and show you that we can put it in together.
Sure.
All right. All right, so this is your new disposer. Say hello.
Hello.
So this one's up with 3/4 horsepower. They come in every different size horsepower, 1/3, half, 3/4, all kinds of insulation levels. And most of them nowadays are called continuous feed, where you're going to just turn it on and run the disposer and grind the food up. Now, one thing that is standard in the plumbing industry, there's not many, and that is the mounting flange assembly. This is the sink flange assembly. And what we're going to do is take out the existing basket strainer that's over there. And then this is the part that'll go onto the sink. We'll put putty right in here, push that down through the sink. And from the other side, I'm going to push this up to the underside and then make this spring clip to the bottom. And so now it'll hang on the sink. I'll tighten up these screws. And once that happens, we can close this lock ring and now we can hang the disposer from the sink assembly, okay? All right. Once that happens, we now can determine how to make these plumbing connections, because we can turn this elbow any way we want to. We can modify the plumbing. And once we get it right, we'll glue it all together, okay? That's the plumbing part. And we also have a dishwasher.
Yes. So
the dishwasher needs to have a drain. So any disposer has a port, and they make this adapter, which modifies to any different size tapping on any disposer or drain hose, and you'll just tighten those up. And you really want this to be tight because that dishwasher has a fair amount of water coming in. You want that to be tight. So you'll make sure I do that right.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So as I mentioned, these are all continuous feed nowadays. So it's an appliance plug. Now in the old days, and you still can get them now, but it's a lot less popular. There's a thing called a batch feed, which means inside this mechanism is a way that you can turn on the disposer by putting a magnet control or a little bayonet switch inside here. And when you turn it on, it'll come on then and only then. So they're less popular, and now more and more people are using the continuous feed. But that means you have to either have a wall switch or a switch underneath, or what you're going to get, which is this air switch right here.
Right.
So the air switch, we bring in the 110 volt and we plug it into the wall down underneath the sink. We plug in the disposer into this air switch, and then right here is a little air switch that works by air. So this thing that looks like a wire is not, it's actually a tube. This is how you're going to bring this on. This is an air switch. It pushes a shot of air down and it makes that little switch in there to bring on the 110. You've now got a way to bring this disposer on without the electricity ever getting close to you. Now, I don't recommend this, but I want to just show how this switch works. So you hit that button and watch what happens. Now turn it off, okay?
Okay.
So now it's a simple operation. It's easy to keep clean. It's also much more convenient. It'll be up right where you'll use it at the sink, okay?
Yeah.
So what we'll need to do is to drill into the stone countertops. So that turns out it might be one of the hardest parts of this job.
Right,
okay?
simple.
You ready to get to work?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, you're gonna be my helper. Let's go. All right, we need to excavate the plumbing connections, the drain connections. So now we can loosen the basket strainer nut right here, and that'll remove the last piece that's connected to the sink. All right, now it's time to install the new disposer. Okay. We want a really good connection right here where it connects to the sink, so you're gonna do it.
Okay.
All right, so just push that piece down. Okay, and hold against me now. And now I gotta get that spring clip. There's the click. Okay, I'm gonna snug these up and you should start seeing some of that putty oozing out.
Yes.
All right, so this is a stone surface. So what I've done is I've taped off the surface. I've marked where I want it to be. This has carbide grit. Oh, Emily, see this?
Yes.
Can you make that connection to the bottom of the air switch button?
Yep.
Push it on good, and then push it down through to me and hold against me so I can tighten up the nut down here. That should do it. I just need to cut the air tube and plug it into the switch. All right, now we just need to make our drain connection from the disposer. Last thing to do is our dishwasher discharge. All right, we are all cleaned up and ready for the ultimate test from you. So give it some water run first, always. And it works. Isn't that convenient?
Yes, very simple.
Right, and it finishes off your perfect kitchen.
And I love it even more now.
Good. But just turn it on for just another second, all right? All right, I just got a text from my doctor. We'll see ya. Better there.
All right.
See ya.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.